it falls to me to round off this extraordinary rally against racism. And I want to thank all of you here. My children are here. And I just want to thank all of you for showing them how many people will stand up against hatred. I have a question for you to answer out loud. Which is easier, racism or love? Love! The answer is love. It has to be love. I believe this because racism is learned behavior. No baby comes out of the womb racist. They learn with their eyes closed to attach to those immediately near to them. Love is natural. But then we learn to be racist. We learn from our fear. We learn from our mistrust of anyone different. We learn racism. And if we learn racism, we can unlearn racism. First, we have to acknowledge that we have learned racism. We have to acknowledge that our society has learned racism, that it has tolerated racism, that it has taught racism, that it thrives off racism. And we have to acknowledge that in order to change it. We can no longer stand idly by as racists fill the streets of this country and threaten other people. Because when they threaten others, they threaten us all. This is not a white world. This is not a white country. This world belongs to everyone. Everyone should have an equal opportunity to get ahead in this world, in this country, and in this wonderful city. Yes. That is the world that we need to create. That is the country that we need to create. And that is the city that we need to create. It would be easy for us to give up, to see the enormity of the task that we face, the task of eradicating racism, of unlearning racism. It would be easy to turn a blind eye to the racism in our society. But we are all here today to commit ourselves to say, we will not do that. We will not turn a blind eye to racism. We are here to say that we stand against racism in all its insidious forms. We are here because we believe that our society must be improved, can be improved, will be improved, and that we will improve it. To quote Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who we heard before, who marched right next to Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, what we face is a human emergency. It will require much devotion, wisdom, and divine grace to eliminate that massive sense of inferiority, the creeping bitterness. But that, my friends, is what we have to do. We have to have that devotion, wisdom, and divine grace. From all differing faith traditions and from secular wisdom, we learn the value of human life. From my tradition, I read the story of the Garden of Eden with its most profound message that all humanity came from one person. And whether anthropologically accurate or not, the moral point of that story is clear. We are all descended from the same blood. We are all family. We are all family. We are brothers and sisters and cousins. So look around you right now. Look around. This is your family. Your distant cousins, your relatives you never knew. We are all family. To eradicate racism, we must remember this most profound message. We are all family. Say it. We are all family. When we meet people in the street, remember, we are all family. When we sit in our schools, we are all family. And when we encounter people at work, we are all family. If we are to eradicate racism, if we are to see all of humanity as one extended family, then we must open our arms to our other family members. We must protect them. We must hear their concerns and help them. But first we must know them. So I ask you now to look around and meet a new family member. Meet a new brother you never knew you had. Meet your sister you never knew you had. Meet your cousin you never knew you had. Turn to a person near you whom you don't know right now and meet a family member you never knew you had. friends, my family members, let me just close with these words. We break down those barriers that divide us. As we build those relationships, as we help draw our family, our human family closer together again, we learn to trust, we learn to see the humanity in each other, we learn how to end racism. On behalf of all of us here today, we want to thank Mayor Gonzalez for drawing us together to rally against racism. We want to thank all the representatives from the different faith communities who spoke and also who were here in attendance. Mayor Gonzalez, we are very lucky to have you leading our city and helping set a clear and powerful moral vision for our community.